Well, I'm moving forward with this little hatchet. As you see, I've cleaned it up and fashioned a handle for it, and getting ready to make a sheath. So what I've done here is I've taken a piece of soda box, or a beer box I guess, and laid it out here. I'm going to use it for a pattern, and I run this compass around and mark out a little bit of a space there that I want to leave for my stitching. So let's continue on. Okay, this is what I've gotten so far. And just trace that out, cut it out, then folded it over, and made sure I got my double corners there, and then just traced it and cut it. So that's going to be the basic pattern for my sheath. Now I'll just transfer this onto the leather and cut the leather out the same way. Probably make it just a slight bit bigger so I have some room for error, some trimming to do and things like that. So probably make it just a little bit bigger than what it is right here. Okay, what I did is I transferred the pattern onto a piece of leather and cut it out, and ready to start to stitch. I'll lay up my stitch holes and get them spaced and get this thing stitched up. Well, one thing I might add is I used a little contact adhesive. It's some leather adhesive that I used on the inside here to hold this together, and I pressed it in the vise to finish it off and let it set a few minutes. Anyway, I used my stitch gauge, used these dividers to mark my distance from the edge in that I wanted to stitch it at, and then I used my little stitch groover here to mark my stitch spacing, and so that's what I've got so far. All I have to do is take my awl and punch these holes and stitch it up. So let's move on to that. Alright, well, I got it stitched up and did a little back stitch here and clip those off and burn the ends. Just about done. Well, we got it all stitched up and turned out pretty good. Anyway, it's just going to be a snug fit like there, and that's how that's going to work. I thought it was pretty suiting to make a match set right there for my first knife and the first hatchet I ever owned. So there it is. Keep on bushcrafting. Over and out.